Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Charles Abels, local photographer in and around the Prescott Valley area. I hope you enjoy my presentation. Happy 4th of July. Hope everybody had a safe 4th of July. I know here in Arizona, the weather's got a bit of mid-range clouds, but it's actually very beautiful. Let's talk about nostalgia. For the past couple of weeks before the 4th of July, I've been feeling pretty nostalgic. Now, we won't go into reasons why, but let's just say that for the Prescott Frontier Days Parade, I had decided to go entirely film when I went downtown Prescott to photograph the parade. The camera I decided to use is this beautiful old Leica M6. It's a 1984. These cameras were actually manufactured. The M6 was actually two variations, the M6 and the M6 TTL, I believe. This is the M6. Were manufactured between 1984 and 2002, I believe, if I recall my reading. It's fully mechanical, but the exception that makes these cameras great is they have a through the lens exposure metering system. It is great. It is simple. I mean, two triangles, well, something like that. Two triangles in this left and right, and you can adjust your exposures based of that. Overexposed, underexposed, dead on. You have to make your decision, even with this exposuring meter, especially when you're considering such things as dynamic range. But nevertheless, beyond the fact that it has a simple, rudimentary, basic, through the lens exposure metering system, this is an all mechanical camera. This is pretty much similar to that of my newest Leica M6. I used give me a quick minute, I used an Elmarit-M 1.28 28 millimeter lens to photograph the parade. And this time what I want to do is I want to show you a couple of highlights here, because what I'm hoping for eventually is we're going to discuss exposure. But one of the reasons why I love Leica, and the fact that it is mechanical, is the camera is small enough that it makes for great carrying in the streets. It's a rangefinder camera, so when you aim, if you look, you can see this hook. Now, not all the lenses have it, but I love it because I can grab it and adjust the focus through the lens. Have my aperture. This goes as high as f/22. I can get some serious landscape depth of field with that. I can adjust it with the focus zone. It's a great tool. Depending on the f-stop, I can adjust my focus, so that way I don't need to worry about aiming in and focusing. I can just bring it up and just shoot quickly, something candid. It has your classic winder, your classic shutter right there. Now I added a little knob on there. I like it. Has your classic film count. your shutter speed. And on the back side of it, it has your ASA reminder. Now the film that I had shot, or the film that I use, is 2 rolls of Kodak Tri-X 400. 36 exposure for each roll for a total of 72 photographs, if they all came out. I ended up with, if I recall rightly, I want to say I ended up with 75 photographs based on how I loaded and how I started when I cranked it up in the whole 9 yards. But nevertheless, the M6 was my primary camera of choice for the parade. Now the parade happened Saturday. Took some time. I finally finished scanning it in yesterday, all the photographs in to use for this presentation. I developed it with what is referred to as Caffenol Delta-Standard. It's actually a very good recipe for the Kodak Tri-X in developing. It's a lot quicker than the, say, the Caffenol CLCS. And I'm frankly surprised that the photographs of the parade came out as well as it did. I like to think that it was due to my skill, but frankly I think it's, you can't beat what this camera can do. Let's go into some highlights here, okay? During the parade. There isn't that many. I'll mention a couple. First one is, when I went to the parade, I met a couple of friends that I hadn't seen in a few weeks. It was great to talk to them and chat with them. I met a young man, half my age, that was also packing a Leica M6. His story was interesting. He was an excellent digital photographer. And in many ways, he just simply got tired of shooting digital and decided to go with the film, and ended up having purchased this Leica M6. He also hooked me up with a business down in Scottsdale, Arizona, Wilson Camera. I've got online and review them. They sell films and develop down there, so at some point when I go down there, I might just swing by and visit them. Oh my gosh, and the parade. The parade was phenomenal, but what really surprised me, scared me, floored me, shocked me, whatever, is the amount of people that was in the downtown square in Prescott. The place was packed with more people than I'd ever seen downtown. I was quite frankly floored. In short, it was a busy morning down there, but a fun morning nevertheless. So, with the highlights out of the way, I like to say that truck. I like to say that I hope you enjoy the presentations of the photos. They turned out, frankly, very well, I thought. Quite impressed with them. And, well, I guess we'll just say, enjoy. We'll be back. Well, I hope you enjoyed that short, brief presentation. Highlights, met some friends. The youth in the world, I'm not just going to say in the United States, but in the world, is showing a trend of going back into the film. And I was especially excited having talked to a young man that had a Leica M6 as well, photographing with it. Let me suggest that should you decide that you want to look into film photography, let me suggest a couple of things. One of them is just simple. Just go online and visit the sites. There are a whole ton of cameras that you could purchase. Do your shopping wisely. Go to old camera stores if you happen to have a camera store in the town you live in. And the nearest one that I could think of is all down in Phoenix, about an hour and a half drive south of here. Go visit your camera store and talk to the folks there. There are plenty of ways to develop the roll of film. If that's what's holding you back, you could send them out. You could learn how to develop with Caffenol. Now, I went with Caffenol because I was, when I typed into the search engine, I typed in eco-friendly developer. I didn't want to buy developers per se. I don't plan to develop film in color, so I don't need to know anything about the C41 chemicals, the things of that nature. But do the research. Film photography is really easy, truly, and fun. It's a challenge. Having said that, let me say, don't forget to subscribe down below. There's a button down there somewhere down there. And until next time, we'll catch you later.